Hey dudes, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. So, on to the next part of Danganronpa. Just found Sakura dead. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad about it. I knew it was coming as well. I knew it was going to happen. It was so just like obvious that she was going to be the next one. Oh, heartbroken. But now we've got to find her killer. Do I have any guesses? No. Not really. I don't have any guesses as to who it could be. I have a suspicion, but I want to do the investigation first to see if anything kind of gets unfolded. Because sometimes, you know, I can have a guess and then I'm just completely wrong. So, let's dive into this investigation. I'm so sad. Whoever it is, I will get my vengeance. Here we are, back at this scene. Oh, wait, there's blood over there. Oh, okay, hang on a minute. There's a few things to look at in here. Okay, well, let's start off by talking to everyone. Proteins are... Oh, okay, there is a lot going on. Right, well, let's start by talking to everyone and then we'll go from there. What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type that would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force, even then, this never would have happened. Ina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she asked those three to meet with her and that she asked them to come to the rec room by noon, the same time of place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Alright, well let's have a look at what else we can see. So there's... This looks like some kind of wrapper. Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean... I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So, you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Kina. Polka dot candy wrapper. Okay. There's also some... Is that rose petals? Oh, shards of glass. That's two completely different things. There are shards of glass scattered around in the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red and... These are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must originally have been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor. Huh? There's something else on the floor near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. Oh. That's a knight, isn't it? The Monokuma figure? It's a Monokuma figure. On the floor. That's weird. Okay, so there's blood over here. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Also, is there no blood on her? Sakura drew a last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Oh, okay, so... Right. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. I can see trace of blood on her lips for sure. Oh, okay, so that's probably her blood that she's vomited. Okay. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered from any injuries. Glass of Sakura's body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya!
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Okay, so the other thing is this. Some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room. Okay.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all kinds of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is it?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter? I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue, I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink has been added to the truth bullet section. One of them here that we can confirm with. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note in shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go and see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Okay. Around 1 o'clock right now. According to Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? Oh, there you go. This bottle's there. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. Oh, that's weird. What I'm wondering is, how did they get those figures inside of the bottles? I think usually they put them in from the bottom. Or, well, with a ship, they usually build it inside using, like, a tweezer thing. But I know sometimes, like, you can get it and you can put something in from the bottom and then you, like, seal it around the bottom bit, I think. So it's, like, hidden, I think. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this Monokuma version of that, a Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Red shards of glass which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit on the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Okay. Anything else for us to look at? There. Huh? The lock is open and they're on the inside. It's a handprint. Oh, there was someone inside? What?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint all in the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding in here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh, it was already open. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we'd opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? A handprint is added. Tell you what, we're getting quite a lot of evidence this time. Chair as well. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think that the chair had anything special done to it. Okay, and then that's the... This door is the only way in and out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke to get it inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the door did not open simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence that the door or the chair had been tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not the outside. Rec room door has been added.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then.
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gone a lot more pushy since we had our issue, but she's right, I do have to go and talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people, I need to hear what they have to say. Those 2 probably went back to their room. I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Oh? What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. Ooh.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me that she asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toka claims that she didn't go and see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. And with that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay, thanks, Toko. Pleasure as always. Yes, a hero. I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds... What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually. I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What did you know about that?
Could it be?
Ah, did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have you special abilities awakened within you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too.
What? When did Sakura tell you that?
Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course.
But didn't she write you a note?
Yeah, a note, she
How about that?
gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention to the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious.
So then you went and met with Sakura?
Got it all
No way, I totally did. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at
I haven't
me.
seen her since.
While I'm here, could you show me the note that she gave you?
Oh, do I still have it? Let's see. Hero was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hero's pocket.
Huh?
Ah! Ah! Quick as the wind, Hero snatched it back up again and shoved it back in his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. We recognise that trash.
Trash?
Anyway, can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before I wait for a reply, Hero quickly slipped back into his room. Hero said that it was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash been added to the bullet section. Okay, so I've heard them from Toko and Hero. What now? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can that we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab.
So, where should I start?
Alright, so we've got 2 things to look at now, so... Here we go, so map. Because it's all the way at the bloody top floor. Here we go. Blue here. Joe, I never knew that they put exclamation points on important things. What? Since when's that been going on? Is that new? Oh.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way.
Yeah, I got it.
I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Alright, well, we've got this on the floor. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Oh, but someone's been stepping in it. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. But there is some footprints. These are footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan.
By we, do you mean me?
How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop.
Okay.
So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room.
So how's this?
Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
Certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours?
No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints.
Unfortunately?
But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then the footprints really are a valuable clue. The broken bottle in front of the shelf, is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point the room wasn't like this.
Then this powder must have been spilled.
In other words,
That's right, it could have only been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of powder. So, leftmost shelf. Let's have a look what's on here. Let's see what's on this shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different kind of medicine. Why would you put dietary supplements next to something with a skull on it? Doesn't seem very safe, does it? The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labelled with the letter A and a number. All apart from one. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A.
Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9.
Could someone have put it here on accident? On this shelf, one look and there's nothing but dangerous chemicals. Looks like the poison's more powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labelled with the letter C and a number. So I can guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. Nothing different about B. Yeah, so B, I think it's the same. They're reagents. Simply put, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It truly must be bliss.
Isn't that kind of harsh?
what?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser. Which I suppose suits you well. Didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labelled with letter B and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf.
I should try to find out more about the shelving unit.
Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A is dietary supplements, Section B is reagents, Section C is lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gone to the protein powder from Section A, but what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What about a bottle of poison from... What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? And there's definitely something going on there. I mean, it makes sense if she had consumed something poisonous, that she was vomiting blood, so that makes sense. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room.
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going?
I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying.
Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things reveal new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Okay, so Sakura's body, first of all. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body. Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. The kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there's still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times you see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
True.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Ooh, you don't want to say that out of context, do you? Ooh. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
Correct.
You see that yellow powder in her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
Let's see.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
True.
So when I learned from examining her body in detail... Okay. I've got a wee cheeky guess. I'm thinking... Well, I've got a couple of guesses. Either, we need to know more about the situation with Sakura. Either Sakura was being poisoned and by someone else. Sakura maybe was poisoning herself and that was the cause of death. And maybe the bottles were broken after death. Like maybe like by Monokuma or someone like out of frustration. I don't see any of us being here. And I don't see how we could have gotten out of this room and set this up. So the only person I know that probably could have gotten in and out of this room was maybe Monokuma. And because of Sakura's ties to Monokuma, it wouldn't surprise me if this case was linked to Monokuma somehow. But I don't think Monokuma's going to be the cause of death. I think Monokuma maybe could have done this like afterwards in frustration. That's my guess anyway, or like as revenge. But I'm wondering if I think the poisoning is going to be the cause of death, not the blows to the head, because also she hasn't even defended herself. Like if there's nothing on her hands, she didn't even try and stop it. So that to me suggests, and where the bottle's broken, that this happened while she was sat here. And I think she was sat here after she'd vomited blood. That is my current thinking. Because I'm not really seeing how anyone else could have gotten in and out of the room, you know? I can't believe she was able to learn all that by just looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Okay, so what is it, the magazine? Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Someone put it back that way by accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... One of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. It just said Toko. This be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Yoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. But if her hands have no blood on them, then she didn't do that.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly how I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... It says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, that just makes me even more suspicious. And then the bottles was the other one. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. Well, there's 2 bottles missing.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all of the bottles. Pay careful attention and make sure you find it. Well, I think there's 2 bottles missing, first of all. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come up to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right?
No answer.
Oh dear. I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
Awkward.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway.
Can you gather all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it.
I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces.
And I finished up. Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then.
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words.
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weight.
I think she's trying to see if there's more than one bottle.
Compare the weight of what? The pieces of glass you collected in one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? It's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
In other words.
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then.
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then.
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh?
It's 2 bottles, I reckon, which means one of the Monokuma pieces is missing as well.
The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words.
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together,
Hey.
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you.
It's time!
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved, and at this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen.
Oh, he is determined this time. All right. All right. Let's do it. Oh my god, look how few of us there are. Ew.
Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet at one after another, and then...
The ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery!
What? What the...
Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. XD.
This is just plain creepy.
Well, and how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in the sad face, it will always make it super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends?
He's right. That does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there.
Look at all the emoticons.
What the hell was that?
I don't get it.
Just the word.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
Whatever.
Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? I don't know.
Don't look at me.
I said it before and I'll say it again. It wasn't me.
The culprit is one of us. There's no mistake about that. Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you? How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it without even breaking a sweat?
Hey,
Standing around isn't going to do any good. Let's get going. Come on, it's time to put an end to this.
I made my way towards the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and suddenly, as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again.
Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's a few! You must be so lonely.
you say that like it's like your fault we're all that's left.
I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats.
You can tell, I hope you guys can tell I have a lot of fun voicing Monokuma. I love voicing Monokuma, it's so fun. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, why am I saying this so casually? A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. I don't know why that's the voice that I went with. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
we already know who did it.
Ooh, she throwing that gauntlet down.
Whoa, deja vu.
It kind of is actually, yeah.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. I've got to remember how to play. I'm like, how? Okay, let's start with her account.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have?
Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Oops.
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Some concrete evidence by Hina suspects those 3 specifically. I'm sure she mentioned it before. Yeah, this, I know this
It
one is
was
fine.
one.
You have her accusing?
No, it's wrong.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. But then does that mean one of them did it? Let's find out. Pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Yeah, that's...
Come on.
Yeah.
There's
Hold
no
on,
way
hold
none
on.
of you went. At least one of you is lying.
Yeah, we know which one's lying as well. There's a clear contradiction in something one of them said just now. If they didn't go see Sakura, how can they explain it? Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, I just don't... I'm not, for once, I'm not suspecting Hiro.
Hiro, when we were talking before,
But I don't know why.
you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Oh, maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The only reason I know is because when Sakura got that candy was after it to calm her
I'm not sure
down.
about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it.
What is going on, Hiro? I feel like we need some explanation here, my dude.
I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
We do just a little bit, mate, because she's fucking dead. So, explanation time, please?
Why the sudden hostility?
Yeah.
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What does shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
How does he know about that, though?
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on.
This is very weird. What is going on? This is so weird.
When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh?
Because it was, like, put away.
Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message, it was on the magazine shelf.
Gun! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense?
No.
What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
It don't really, mate. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. And here we go. There we go.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Yeah.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body, but at that time, where was the magazine?
Magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out,
What I said makes total sense.
Let's try this one.
I can tell you exactly when I found that when Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, because it was on the magazine shelf. Oh, this game is tough
When
sometimes.
Sakura's body was
flipping heck.
found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
No, we can't.
100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. There was no blood on her finger. Moment of truth. Oh, not this.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
God, how'd you reload? Oh, that's it. You have to press that.
The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Oh God, I hate when it does this.
I'm at least 30% right.
Shit.
The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Oh, I hate them things. I hate them so much.
I'm
I'm
completely
awful.
unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
Me too, and I really hope that's the only one of those we get this time. I hate them. I'm awful at tempo. There's just no tempo in me. I'm not a person of dance, okay? I don't dance for a reason. I have no sense of beat whatsoever.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Yeah, what are you gonna say about that, mate?
What?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Did he? I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not convinced.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
He admits it.
I figured as
Why
much.
did he not just say?
Why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Did he? Oh, okay. This is a plot twist. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened.
Or just like he think he did and he actually
I
didn't?
got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well.
Okay.
Would you like a piece of candy? It might give you some energy.
Oh, sure.
Thanks.
and that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end
As
everything.
soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
Fucking hell, alright, Hina. Bloody hell.
We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, we need to chill our fucking beans, okay? Because, no, I think he didn't actually kill her. I think the poison killed her.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Thank God for Kyoko. They would be so dead by now,
What
honestly.
are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain.
Well, also, she got hit twice.
And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case
There's
closed.
so many things we haven't even touched upon. What is it the hero did that doesn't make sense? What would he have had to do after writing the message? It doesn't make sense. Why didn't he use Sakura's finger? Why didn't Hiro put blood on Sakura's finger to make it look like she'd written it? Oh, I just panicked. I didn't even think about that. Who wouldn't have thought of that if you didn't panic? Anyway, it's not the point I'm just trying to make. I could just embarrass myself in front of everyone. Oh. Let's do have to write in the message. Why the magazine was hidden?
I got it!
Oh, okay.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been written, there's only one choice.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
That is true.
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Okay.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure, but it doesn't end there. There's something that proves the wounds on her head. Yeah.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed him on a coop and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
Okay, so it's...
You hit her from behind.
And you only hit...
Yeah, just once.
Yeah, thought so.
That's wrong.
Thought it was gonna be that one. I was like,
though she got hit twice. So I was like, it is that. It
If
must be.
Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Yeah, thought so.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
And you know, if Byakuya's back in here, that it's probably correct. Goodness sakes. Okay, that's a little bit better.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
Oh god, unless Toko hit her with the other one.
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Correlation between the Monokuma bottles feels like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be the object the Monokuma figure had inside each bottle it's holding. Come on, let's see. There you go. E, S, E, and then another E. There we go.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Yeah.
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
Well, not necessarily. I think we have evidence for 6 bottles at the scene. Because the bottle was heavier, wasn't it? Which indicates there was 2 bottles broken.
What does chess have to do with anything?
But the chess piece was missing, right?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, and then when the bottle that was missing, it was completely intact? Well, we know that it was broken, don't we? From weighing it.
Got it!
Yeah.
The bottle must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and that's the evidence that proves that is. Kyoko and I figured it out before. It was the, Monokuma bottle experiment.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Like, we no doubt the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene
We're
was
getting there,
used
we're getting
the
there.
second time Sakura was attacked.
Yeah.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
So they took the second figure, yeah.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the
God
kind of
damn
guy
it.
I am.
Oh, flippin' heck, Hero.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
Oh, was she in the locker?
But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
I have a big question. It looks like she's got something on her sleeve. Like on her arm. Like there's something there.
Hiding in the rec room?
There, look, on her
Don't be
shoulders.
ridiculous.
Is she in the locker? Is that from the locker or is that part of the design? I don't know.
Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room, and I haven't. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element's been added. No! No, not a second one!
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie.
Okay. Oh, splash on the floor. Oh, lock a handprint. Lock a handprint.
This should prove it.
The panic was real. The panic was real. Oh god, that was horrifying.
Did
I was
you
like,
know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker?
please don't give me a third one of those. Oh,
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
what? Why is there so many?
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early. so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
Damn, that's a cool shot though.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her, you mean... Oh! And here she comes. And here she is.
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
I'm surprised she hasn't murdered him yet, if I'm being honest.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
Well, that's good. Keep talking like that and Hina's
Well
gonna...
then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Oh. I thought for sure you'd have some words of Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Yeah, no. We still haven't got to the bottom of this. I don't think she killed her either.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Okay.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah, so the second shot from Toka is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die?
In front of the shelf.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
He's such a sassy bitch. Honestly.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense though.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
And that has to be it. The evidence that proves there was attack in front of the magazine shelf is well, there was blood, isn't there?
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf.
Well, was she though? Because there was, like, blood on her mouth. So she might have
The
vomited.
blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Yeah.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Nope. We know that's not true.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I saw it for myself.
I got it!
I was in the locker!
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
And it was open
And
already.
at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Yeah.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? It's another possible explanation. Maybe it's... I think... Well, it's to do with the drink, I'm guessing. Monokuma File 4 is what it's going to be this time, right? Because that has the explanation
What
of...
was it that killed Ogre?
Wait, let's read the... Evidence of a strong place in the victim's head, no other injury noted. Yeah, violent vomiting of blood. Okay.
If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No,
I probably should have finished listening to that. I just got really enthusiastic because I was like, the vomiting though! Like, just
According
remember
to
the
the
vomiting!
Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death.
Honestly, between Makoto and Kyoko, my goodness me.
In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Yep.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knee! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone, quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals.
Yeah.
And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us, I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements and positives, Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for
It was
supplements
there.
or whatever.
I saw it.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprits switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked that we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. As if it was the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
Yeah, I don't know why you would just, like, straight up eat powder. Imagine if, like, he's trying to have this cool, suave moment, and he just ends up, like, choking on it on powder. Oh,
Which
man.
makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean, conversely, the poison must have been in. Could it be? Well, it must be that container. Oh, no. Oh, damn it, you're gonna make me spell again? Protein drink, right, so it's that one. So we need a T, and then an E. Hello? Where's the E? There it is. Oh, don't miss it. And then an N. God, they're not giving me a lot of... Oh, God, stop. There we go. And then a D. Oh, there you go. An I. Then another N. Got it.
Now I understand.
Okay. Really testing me today.
Poison.
Testing the limits of my
Must have
mind.
been poured into the protein can.
Yeah.
If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Right.
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched, so the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can.
Oh, no.
Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene? Pro-
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence shows you switched them. It has to be what we found in front of the shelf. Oh, yeah. So yellow. Yellow. Oh, no, not that one. Footprints in the powder.
I got it!
But the yellow powder was on
Footprints
her
left
own
behind
shoes.
in front of the shelf.
Unless those aren't her shoes. No, I think it says her name on them. I
That's
think.
the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
No, I don't believe that for one freaking second.
The footprints. They're mine.
They're not yours. I've seen the yellow on Sakura's shoes. Don't give me this shit.
Hina?
There's no way. There's no way. No, I'm calling bollocks.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep.
No, there's no
I
way.
did. I killed Sakura.
Nah, mate. She's just basically trying to bring everyone down with her.
Just as I suspected.
No, I don't think it's true, though.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers are the only people wearing sneakers here. Me and Hina are missing here.
Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began.
I refuse to believe this.
You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you?
Well, the only other thing I can think is that Sakura swapped them herself, but I don't know why she would do that, because that would be a risk of someone else taking it.
You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves, just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
Yes, Kyoko!
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
No, I don't believe it either. I'm
What
not.
doesn't fit?
I'm not convinced. I'm with Kyoko and Makoto on this, you know?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
We're gonna want bottle numbers. We're gonna want exact positioning. You are gonna have to convince us, because I'm not convinced.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
No. She is like getting frustrated that no one is getting blamed. So she is like, they're all going down.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
Well, it's interesting though, because the footprints only are like, they're like towards the room. So I think that it shows that someone just went to the shelf and came back. It doesn't look like someone like, why would you walk around in that way? It looks a bit
then
weird.
I moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched them.
Because surely the footprints would have come through B or through A in like a different way, but they came from the door. So,
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Yeah! Just please don't be bullet time. Okay, good. Just please let me bullet time again. Okay, footprints in the powder, I think, is the one it's gonna be. Very likely.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the
that one.
powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
In the chem lab, where were the footprints and what direction were they facing? The facts are clearly contradict what Hina just told us.
C. The section.
No, that's wrong.
Thought it was that one.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
Yeah, we see you. We see you. Trying to lie to us, get us all killed.
The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A, so you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Which means that she didn't know that that protein powder had poison in it.
well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
Looking a bit perturbed.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
It's gonna be the shoes.
New
isn't it?
evidence?
Sakura's shoes.
Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
I just love how smug she is. She's like, well, Byakuya.
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already. What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? Piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Okay.
Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Also, you probably just ate glass, mate. The shard of light blue glass Kyoka found in the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something the same shade of blue, the rec room window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us, Section A.
I got it!
So,
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
which means that bottle was in the room.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked, but how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Because there was glass underneath it. Oh, okay.
We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. The proof that someone brought the protein can into the rec room after it was opened is because there was glass like under. It was like on top of glass, I think. Empty protein drink. I'm guessing it's that one.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked. It absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
When the locked room's unlocked, in other words, when I broke the window, if I concentrate on that, yeah.
It had to be! It was in there before.
No, that's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
Yeah.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
Yeah. What are you gonna say about that?
So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Huh.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Holy shit, you just what is happening? Character development? Oh, in our sassy bitch character? I don't know. I don't know if I can believe it.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
Who moved?
We need to
Yeah.
establish who exactly got the
Who
poison from the chem lab
swapped?
and took it to the rec room.
I think it was Sakura herself.
It was Hina, right?
Oh.
She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I think it was Sakura, the one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been Sakura.
I got it!
Because she had yellow
I
powder on
think
her shoes.
It was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
Yeah, well, because she was told by Monokuma to, like, kill one of them, right? So... Oh,
On the
God.
contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Yoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Not again! Why?
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking!
So bad at this.
You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you!
Oh, bless her. Ah!
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking!
Oh,
You're a liar! Wrong!
oh God!
You're wrong!
Final strike.
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Oh.
This should prove it.
I saw there was different ones. I was like, I can't cycle options.
Hina,
3.
did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
3 truth bullets in one thing. Drive me nuts. Those are my least favorite ones, and I've had to do 3 of them. It's outrageous. God damn it. I think I've now got down how to do it a little bit better, though. So, because I didn't realize you could actually do multiple at once. So that is helping me a lot. But I don't want to know how to do them. I just want to not have to do them. Oh, horrible. Oh, I've got like neck ache. I'm so stressed.
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. Can I actually select Sakura?
Here's my answer.
Oh,
The one who
Sakura.
killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
Yeah. I did have a feeling where I was like, some of these things aren't just making sense. And we also don't fully know the story with Monokuma. We know that Monokuma has like someone important to her and had told her to kill someone. And like from what she was saying, like she wasn't gonna do that. Oh.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others.
Yeah, that's right. She did leave straight away. Oh shit, on Shaky Legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone.
Whoa, ogre!
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
Sakura's been killed, I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no.
Wait,
You're right.
that was a complete 180.
We have to end this properly.
Here we go, yeah. Finish the thought. So, Sakura left the notes for everyone, and, there, Byakuya. No, I don't know. Toko went there, and we know that she hid in the locker. Oh, is that her coming out of the locker or going in? I think that might be the wrong one. That's Sakura, and then they're in the room. He gives him a sweet. He panics, and then he hit her with the bottle. So that one. And then there, and then he wrote Toko's name there. And then he ran, and then Toko came out and did that. And then put the magazine upside down. Sakura thingy stared at Toko. She fainted. She was checking on her. And then she hit her with that one. Bloody hell, Sakura just could not catch a break, could she? Oh, goodness. And then she ran away. And then she was bleeding. And then... Oh, Sakura. Oh, Sakura, why? Oh. Wait, no, not that one. That one, I'm guessing. Oh, and then they broke into the room. And then... she saw the bottle. That one, I think. And then she swapped it with that one.
The killer is you! This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Yeah, maybe you need to start, you know, getting a little bit humbled, mate. That you may be not quite as smart as you think you are.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
We're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. There's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one
I
to
couldn't
die.
let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean.
You were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We have to pay for our crimes. We're serious? That's...
What is
You
this?
still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Oh, such brutality has made me desperate, so instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. Oh my god, this is awful. This is awful. Oh, Sakura. Oh, god. Oh. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura? Calm down, you don't have to worry about me, I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer from this, it's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me...
I can't forgive this!
My closest friend got hurt. Sakura... Because of me. My friends all gonna kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. Huh? You asked to meet with those three? You can! Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they're all gonna gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina,
Please, don't think things like that. They're not my enemy.
they're friends.
Oh... Sakura... She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. You just talked to her, you would have understood that she was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't
Do you have
forgive
any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what made her that's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura? What happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for, but when I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could, but by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in! Please, open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal, and yet...
Why?
You all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it, and that just added to the weight she had to carry, and I didn't even realize it. Ina, we killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. Could never face her after this.
Hey! Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right now when you're just about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here.
I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say?
Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words,
What I'm really trying to say is...
yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note.
What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
What? Then... You... lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Don't say lie. Just makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you took in my little scribbles at face value.
I didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little...
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the real ones jerking each other around.
Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys.
So what's the problem? This is all part of the projection process. Okay, and scene. Cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the
But
first place?
hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know.
You can never hear the rest of the story. The truth gets lost in darkness.
Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez, talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see
You
me.
see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than
I
anything,
cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with me just accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control, and to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning.
Oh, Sakura. Oh.
Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
And Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting? To protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much. No normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through the actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, and you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember.
We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her, I can't blame her, and nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy, that never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this was supposed to go.
How strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you. Remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other.
He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Oh, what?
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat
There's no
myself.
point in participating in a game which has lost the sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What's going on here?
Now I only have one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the ones who think they can control me.
Byakuya, does this mean?
Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism if that's what you're thinking.
Wherever Master goes, I go. If the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now that you can say Sakura's death had no meaning,
How boring. But nothing good can come from this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
the fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish
It's
you
the
guys?
moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time.
Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna...
But
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no, just because the blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the barest time one rule.
Listen up.
But I spent too much time preparing my special punishment, so it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest.
A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Fuck? What does this mean? Wait! Oh! 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 No! No fucking way! Oh no! No! I'm so fucked off! Oh god damn it, no! You suck, man! You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk!
Phew. That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say a post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at, and I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at.
So, I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Oh, this fucking bad. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul. My disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball?
Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him!
Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find out things all sneaky.
just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally? Oh, no. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop. I knew you using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start.
What?
What are you thinking?
You knew? And you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward, in honor of you being unable to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
But of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. So let's do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able
want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
Very
Experiencing a very meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, their deaths of each and every one of our friends. They all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're like super mad, like just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that,
I need to read the postscript. What? Postscript?
Yep.
yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school.
What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is...
Oopsie-daisy! That was a close one. Another word and it would have been hip-deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so Buck Club is dismissed for today.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit.
It makes your brains rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even want to friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid! It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve.
Fine, but at least Sakura's note.
I could never let any of you greaseballs have it.
But
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
what? What is it now?
What?
There's one last line on the note.
And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it.
Huh? Wow. What a stubborn loser, huh?
She won't lay down and die, she'll fight you?
Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys try and get some rest, you know, and maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long and hard.
Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was all that about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school. The mastermind did something to us? Yoko said something like that before, didn't she? That was after Celeste's trial was over.
She did, yeah.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey, answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies? What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? If we try and leave the school, the sensor goes off and the bomb explodes. I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo,
So, the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
but
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, let's get out of here.
But Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge.
What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up.
Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan on apologizing? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No.
No! I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would deserve the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That absolutely was not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball because you are. Sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently, you still have a death wish. More biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No.
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse, give and take. Me. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice.
Wah.
Wake up. Wake up.
Huh?
The voice dragging me from deep slumber was a hazy, like half consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Oh shit!
Kyoko?
Not fucking terrifying at all. Hello, Kyoko.
Yes, it's me.
How the fuck did you get into my room?
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up.
Oh, I see.
Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey,
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. Hey, I was Kyoko waiting for me up at this hour. Hey, can I help you? It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not just going to lay down and die, I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? And Kyoko put lips next to my ear and whispered. Oh, this is like from one of the first videos. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center, but I thought it was locked. We breaking in or something? Guess we're going right now. I made my way into the after-hour school and headed to the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived... Kyoko's not here? That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Maybe she's inside already? I put my hand on the door and with a certain amount of force. It didn't open. I tried again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Ooh! Ooh, no! Oh, shit.
Oh, ho? What are you doing up, mister?
Ah!
Damn it! Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know?
Oh, well, I just...
You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But hey! I can see that you don't. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. It looked like you might break in any second, so I thought I'd just give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something?
No, nothing like that.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed.
What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko?
Now you too?
Oh.
You guys?
Whatever, the two of you just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey,
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it, let's just go. Okay.
Yeah. Go on, get out of here. Shoo.
So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Hold on! Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just happened to be locked, and then she showed up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured it would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering in my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Fukuro
The
Ikusaba.
16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
What?
The one they call the ultimate despair.
Wait, what?
Watch out for her.
Who? What? So there's another student? Okay. What? Oh, it went up. Oh, goddamn. Okay. I have questions. Flipping heck, that was a stressful trial. 3 bullet times. 3. Really? Oh, I mean, I'm glad I've now gotten a bit better at them, but oh my god, that was terrifying. That was a very good chapter. I think that the only thing I wished a little bit more was that we had, I guess, gotten a little bit more detail about, like, the way that Sakura had been, like, feeding information and stuff, and why a spy was sort of needed. Because we obviously know that, like, why Monokuma picked Sakura, because he obviously got the dojo, and she wanted to protect the dojo, and he wanted her to kill someone, but then told her to, like, lay low and not do it. But then what information was, like, she feeding back to him? Was it just general conversations? Was it alter ego? Is that how he knew? I'm not sure. Does that also mean there's camera in the changing room? I'm also not sure. But the fact he knew about alter ego, and also the fact that alter ego got destroyed, oh, so gutted about that. So gutted. I have a feeling, though, because alter ego was connected to the network, I do wonder whether or not alter ego managed to get into the network or not, because it feels like a bit of an abrupt end to, like, the alter ego stuff. It doesn't feel like that's finished yet. So I think maybe there's going to be something else going on. But also the fact that Kyoko had the name of another student, where's that come from? So I think alter ego potentially could still be around. Still sucked, though, seeing him get destroyed. Gutted. Yeah, with Sakura's suicide, that was extremely sad. I can see why Sakura made that decision, and why Hina wanted to protect Sakura as much as she could, but also that she felt that everyone was responsible. And the fact that Monokuma did actually interfere there, I do feel like that was breaking the rules slightly, but obviously Monokuma probably wasn't going to accept that. But I do feel like Monokuma did interfere there. And also the fact that Sakura knew what had been done to us as well makes me quite curious as to, like, what she knew. So there's definitely a lot more to this mystery. I'm very curious what's even going to happen next. So we've got another student in the school, apparently, who's the ultimate despair. Yeah, I still have a lot of questions, but that was a very good trial. It was very interesting. It really took us through everyone. I think it was really crap that, like, Toko and Hiro both attacked Sakura as well. It just, oh, so fucking sad. That was a really sad trial, but very good. But I'm looking forward to finding out more next, because there's not many of them left. Like, we've got 7 of us left potentially now. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen next. Kind of terrifying. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. More Danganronpa coming very, very soon. And yeah, we have other socials, Discord, Twitter, all that stuff down below as well, so you can check those out too. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys very soon. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.